Let's filter out the confusion. Welcome to Flash Revision Lab. I'm your tutor, and we'll master this topic in a flash. Today we'll be looking at elements, compounds, mixtures, and separation techniques. Let's start with atoms. All substances are made of atoms, the smallest part of an element that can exist. Elements are substances containing only one type of atom, and each element is represented by a chemical symbol, like Na for sodium and O for oxygen. There are about 100 different elements, which are all found in the periodic table. Compounds, on the other hand, contain two or more elements chemically combined, and they can be represented by formulae using the symbols of the atoms from which they were formed. For example, carbon dioxide has the formula CO2. Compounds can only be separated into elements by chemical reactions. Now let's talk about mixtures. A mixture consists of two or more elements or compounds that are not chemically combined, meaning each substance in the mixture retains its chemical properties. Mixtures can be separated by physical processes such as filtration, crystallization, distillation, and chromatography. These processes don't involve chemical reactions, and no new substances are made. Filtration is a method used to separate an insoluble solid from a liquid by passing the mixture through filter paper. An example of this is sand and water. The insoluble solid remains on the filter paper, while the liquid passes through. Crystallization or evaporation, on the other hand, are processes used to separate a dissolved solid from a liquid solvent in a solution. An example of this is salt and water. By evaporating the water, the salt will form solid crystals as its concentration increases. Distillation is used to separate substances with significantly different boiling points, such as water and ethanol. Ethanol has a lower boiling point than water, so when the mixture is heated, it is done so at the boiling point of the ethanol so that only the ethanol boils to form a gas. It can then be cooled and condensed back into its liquid form by using a condenser flowing into a separate container, leaving the water behind in the original flask. Chromatography is a technique used to separate the components of a liquid mixture based on their attraction to a stationary phase and their solubility in a mobile phase. In the stationary phase, particles are not free to move, but in the mobile phase they can. For example, in paper chromatography, the stationary phase is paper and the mobile phase is water. A mixture sample is placed on a piece of paper, and the water moves up the paper, carrying the components of the mixture by different amounts. Components that are attracted to the paper move up less, and components that are soluble in the water move up more. This causes the components to separate out. And that's a wrap on these topics. Thanks for joining me at Flash Revision Lab. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more rapid revision content. If you have questions or need some extra help, drop a comment below or reach out to us on our social media channels. Remember, with Flash Revision Lab, you're just a flash away from acing your exams. Until next time, happy revising!